A good old strawberry. Now, if you're anything like me at the moment, I actually had an abundant harvest of strawberries, but there's always more I can do for next year. I don't want to make any jams. I think it's an awful lot of fruit for a small pot, especially for something like strawberries, where there is so many more different things you can actually do with them. One of the great ways to use your excess strawberries is this fantastic, easy, tasty recipe. Perfect for a really hot day. And yes, we do get them in the UK sometimes. You only need 5 ingredients, maybe 6 if you really want extras. So the ingredients that we're actually going to use today is a can of condensed milk. Now this is normally on average of about 400 grams. 220 grams of low-fat Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt works better because it doesn't separate so much as normal yogurt. 120 ml of cream and about 300 grams of your favourite fruits. You can use strawberries and use blueberries and just split the mix, or you can put in some fresh raspberries or any other fruit that you actually want to add to this. But it works out about 300 grams. If you obviously want to split your fruit, you just split it in half and do it 150. And also some meringues. Now these meringues I made a little while ago when I had excess eggs and I needed a way of preserving some of these eggs so they didn't go to waste. Now I did leave them in the oven a little bit too long. My oven doesn't run cool enough to do meringues very well. But they're still crunchy and they're still crumbly and they taste absolutely beautiful. They also store really well as well in an airtight container or bag. So this recipe is so simple. Literally empty your can of condensed milk into a bowl. You can use the lighter condensed milk and a lower fat yogurt to make it a little bit less calorific. But I'm happy to go whole hog since it's a treat. It's something to have every so often. Add in your yogurt. And then add in your cream. Now there's no need to whisk this. It should all start coming together very easy. And you're just going to mix it in your bowl. Now this is your ice cream base. What you add to this after is completely up to you. But it is quite sweet because of the condensed milk. So just be careful if you add in something else that is very sweet. You could end up overdoing the mix and becoming a little bit sickly. And remember, if you're using these meringues, the meringues are very sweet too. Okay, so we're literally all mixed together. And I'm just going to pop that there for a minute. Now I've got a load of fresh strawberries that I have actually been freezing as I've been going along. So these are a little bit mushy because they have been previously frozen. When you have a strawberry harvest and you're having it in dribs and drabs, freezing as you go along is a really great way of preserving those strawberries, ready to be used whenever you want. Now I'm going to keep my strawberries quite chunky because I actually want to be able to taste those strawberry pieces all the way through the ice cream. Now I did have a load of fresh strawberries, but unfortunately I've already filmed this video and actually forgot to turn my mic on. All my very fresh strawberries I've actually already used in a previous version. I love blueberries. My blueberry bushes are actually really starting to fruit up really well. And I'm actually starting to get a few that's actually starting to ripen. But it is literally a small amount at a time. And I'll do exactly the same thing with my blueberries. The ones that I actually don't want on that day, and I know I won't use over a couple of days, they will literally go into the freezer so they stay fresh, ready for when I want to use them. Now strawberries are really versatile. There's lots and lots of things you can actually do with them. So once you've added your strawberries into your mix, you just want to mix it through. Now I've left some strawberries to go on the top as well. So literally that's all you're doing with that bit. And then you don't have to make your own meringues. It's only because I had some in the cupboard already. You can actually buy shop bought meringues. And you don't want too smaller pieces. You don't want it in a dust. You just want small crumbs to little chunks. Now I'm actually only going to put 2 in mine because mine are a bit bigger than what you'd normally get in the supermarket. And I'm just going to stir that through. Now you'll find your meringues actually pretty much staying on the top. Actually, maybe I had the 3rd one. Ooh. Now this is a very sweet dessert. But the great thing is, because how we're going to freeze it, you can just slice off exactly what you want and then return it to the freezer. It doesn't have to be used all in one go. So that's that nicely mixed through. Everything's nicely coated. Now you need a 2-pound loaf tin. Oh, my hands are so sticky. So you're going to overlap. My fingers are sticking. So you need to overlap your tin and then push it down. Actually, I think I might get away with this one. All you're going to do then, your ice cream mix with all your flavours is all ready, and you're just going to pour it in. Now the reason why you line your tin is so it's easier to take out. So you can just cut and use whatever amount that you want to use. Now it is a very sweet ice cream, but it tastes so good. I like it in small amounts. Now all you need to do then, just fold over the cling film a little bit, and then you need to find somewhere where you can put this in for at least 8 to 12 hours, better off overnight, where it's going to stay flat and stable and not spill or tip anywhere. So I'm just going to pop this into the freezer. And that's literally it. It is such a simple, really quick way of making ice cream. Now obviously you've got to wait for it to freeze, and there's no getting away from that. Prep it the day before, and it really does just take a few minutes to do. What would be your favourite ingredients to this particular recipe? Let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing off you guys. It's always a real inspiration to hear off all your ideas and thoughts on these videos. But if it is something that you're enjoying at the moment, why don't you like and subscribe? I'm going to be doing much more cooking videos and preserving videos as we're going along throughout the year, as well as the gardening side. And maybe some other little videos too. But that now needs to stay in the freezer for overnight. So we're back the next day. So my ice cream's had overnight to freeze. Now you can put it into a little bit of warm water, the actual pan. Just make sure it doesn't come up over the sides. But just leaving it out for a couple of minutes, it should be easily removable. And it really doesn't take much time to actually start melting. And because it's in a loaf size, it's easy to slice up and just use exactly what you want. No need for an ice cream scoop. Now, one of the tricks I learned over the years is if you want a really nice clean slice, heating your knife up in some hot water is a great way to do it. So give it a go. Use your soft fruits in different ways than what you would have done in previous years. Make the most of your harvest, because before you know it, it's all done and dusted. And producing food like this and other ways actually gives you food to have throughout the year. So give it a go. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try this recipe, or you've got some ideas of different ways of changing it. Again, this is just a little bit of inspiration to get you to think outside the box. But happy harvesting, guys, and make the most of what you've got, because there is some really simple, easy ways to do it.